What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the shop. In today's video, we're taking a look at the TackLife HOD1A electric height adjustable desk. So at the time of filming, it's right at the end of January 2021. We're months into the COVID-19 pandemic. I've been working from home, and at work, I have an attachment that goes on top of my desk that allows me to raise and lower my monitor. I have back issues from time to time, and I found it to be really comfortable to be able to stand up for a few hours. I've been using a plastic folding table for months, and that's been fine, but I've really been missing the ability to stand up and work comfortably. So a couple weeks ago, TackLife reached out to see if I would be willing to open up this product, show you the features, and give it a try. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got the GoPro running overhead, so I'm going to unbox this, and then when we pick up later in the video, I'll have it all set up and we'll go over all of the features together. So one of the very first things I want to call out is the packaging itself. As you can see when I open the box, TackLife has actually printed some simplified instructions on one of the flaps. I cut this off with a utility knife, and I actually ended up using this more frequently than the printed instructions, so it was very handy and nice to see when I first opened the box. As I was cutting away the sides of the box, I noticed the texture on the top of the desk was really nice. Now this is a composite core with a plastic binding around the edge, but the veneer on top has this wonderful wood grain texture, and I wanted to make sure I captured that, so here's a close-up of that. Now that the glamour shot is finished, I'm going to continue to pull all the pieces out here, try and group them together as best as I can, and set them off to the side so that I can clear off my work table, lay down some fresh cardboard, and then begin the desk assembly. So as I was beginning step one, I pulled out my cardboard instructions and reached for the hardware kit that came with the desk, and I wanted to call something else out here. This really speaks to TackLife's attention to detail. Everything in this hardware kit was super well labeled and well organized and easy to find, and they even included extra pieces in case you lose a screw or miss something or strip the head of a screw out or something. So I really appreciate that. So what you're not seeing is me off camera following step two, and that is basically attaching two brackets to the top of the frame or the undercarriage that sits below the desk. Step three is attaching that to the desktop using the supplied hardware and the nice threaded inserts that are on the bottom of the desk. The hardest thing here is just making sure that the holes line up, and then you can use the included wrenches to cinch down the frame to the desktop. So at this point, I'm up to step 5, and that is basically attaching the bottom of the legs. There are adjustable feet on these so that you can make sure the desk is nice and level, but there are pockets on the bottom of these brackets, and it makes it super easy to align them up to the uprights on the undercarriage and bolt those down with the supplied hardware. The remaining steps are all about electronics and cable management, and then just finishing up the desk. So what I'm doing here is hooking up the little 2-button control panel that just raises and lowers the desktop, and I'm going to focus on some cable management. I did make one mistake when I was putting in one of the brackets, and I'm going to show that to you here in a moment. So there's this metal bracket that holds the power brick that goes on the main chassis of the desk, or the main frame, and I just put it on the wrong side. That was the only goof up that I made. So what I'm doing here is trying to figure out what I'm going to do, and I ended up just moving that to the other side where it's supposed to be, and then I can start plugging in the electronics. Just to make sure I didn't mess anything else up, I decided to go back and reference the printed instructions. Luckily, that was the only mistake that I made, but I did want to call out how nice this instruction manual is and how simple things are to follow. Everything's just so well labeled and illustrated. So everything plugs into that power brick, which also happens to house the electronics for the desk. And the switch that raises and lowers the desk plugs in with an Ethernet cable. And I wanted to run that above the frame so that I didn't have to worry about any moving parts from the desk potentially damaging the cable. So what I'm doing here is raising the top of the desk by backing out a few screws and routing that cable the way I wanted it to run. After that, it's just a matter of securing some cables and tidying things up. The hardware kit comes with some adjustable cable ties, and those have a self-adhesive pad on the bottom of them that stick to the underside of the desk, and that allows you to coil up the switch wire and get it out of the way and nice and tidy underneath. I also decided to add some zip ties to that power brick or electronics box just to keep it from rattling around, so I'm adding those here. And this is just a close-up of how I ran that Ethernet cable above the frame. That plugs in right next to the wire for the motor. And here are the zip ties that I use that really help secure that power brick and that bracket. That completed the assembly, so now I could try it out. I was really happy to hear how quiet it was, and I think this is going to be a wonderful addition to my home office. So as you can see, we've changed up locations. I'm down here in the basement right now. This is where I've been working for the past several months, and I've actually been using this desk for 2 weeks now, and I've really enjoyed it. The large Surface top definitely holds my monitor, which is a 28-inch widescreen, plus my laptop and all the accessories, speakers, all that stuff. No problem. It's 51 by 28 inches, so there's a lot of surface area there. The smooth black top makes it really comfortable to work on. The desk is adjustable from 27.5 inches all the way up to 46.4, so you'll definitely be able to find a comfortable spot for yourself. I've also found the desk to be really sturdy, and I think that can be attributed to the heavy steel frame on the bottom. This desk is supposed to be able to support 176 pounds. I don't have anything near that right now, but it's nice to know that I can put some things up there that are a little heavier and I don't have to worry about it. Right now I've just got my monitor, laptop, and a set of speakers, and that's it. That's all I really need. But that might not be the case for everybody, so it's nice to know that this desk can hold some weight. You can check out all the details and the pricing information on their Amazon page. I'll be sure to drop a link in the description below. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos, I want to say thanks so much for stopping by. If you like this type of content, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you want, and if you do, ring that notification bell so that you can stay up to date on my latest content. Thanks again to TackLife for sending this desk over for review. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.